Warning, we are about to spoil the 2013 movie Enemy. If you haven't seen the film, or you plan on watching it, then click away now. But if you've already seen it, or just don't care, then please stay around.
Cameron, I made a clone of myself so we can think of an opening joke faster.
Oh boy!
Clone, what do you have? I don't have an opening joke. You are made for one purpose. I'm you. Oh.
Hello everybody and welcome to Cinema Roulette. Today's episode is going to be interesting because me and Justin are still in person. No, we are not as bitter as last time. But
I'm still bitter. Fuck the strain.
Yeah, we're still bitter, obviously. But this is going to be a lot less bitter of an episode. But I think the trade-off is it's going to be a very short episode because, frankly, there's not much to talk about when it comes to this movie.
Well, there is a lot to talk about, but it needs a deeper dive.
Yeah.
Than a first impression sort of podcast.
Mm-hmm. It's very artsy, has a lot of symbolism.
How the hell do I say a director's last name?
I think it's Villeneuve.
Villeneuve?
I think.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, this is a 2013 film by Denis Villeneuve. If you hadn't already guessed from the spoiler warning, it is Enemy. Still pausing after all these years.
Also, from the wheel, this is from Cinefix Picks. So it's from a Cinefix Top 10, and it's the Top 10 Underrated Films of 2014. However, you may immediately point out that Cameron said it was from 2013. That's when it made the rounds at film festivals. Mm-hmm. And then it fully came out in 2014.
Yes.
Glad we could explain that.
Yep.
And I know last episode you it was either in The Killer or in The Strain you said it was... I actually said it was from the 2013 underrated list because you told me it was from 2013.
Yeah. But they might have put it in 2014. I don't fucking know.
That's when it came out in theaters.
Yes, that's probably why they did that.
Mm-hmm.
So. Is that good Chicago water?
That's good Chicago water.
All right.
I don't have notes for this one, so I can't shake paper at the mic.
Sadly. Well, you can shake paper. It doesn't
I don't have paper.
Oh, yeah, you didn't bring them with you, so...
I forgot to take notes. I don't need them.
Really don't.
There wasn't much that happened?
No. The synopsis probably isn't going to take long, so...
Okay. So I don't have much of a segue. I didn't know how
I do kind of love how you've been relegated to the synopsis guy because I just tend to ramble.
You ramble too much. Oh God, some of the first episodes.
It's bad, I know. I look back on it, I'm like, Cameron, shut up. You could have cut that.
Yeah, honestly. There's some things, and there's clearly ones in the Gravity Falls one where I interrupt you because I realize you're going to say the entire episode.
Yes. That's why I just let you do it unless it's something I really, really want to talk about. So.
Also, I still feel kind of bad about the Gravity Falls episode where we split the first season into 4 fucking parts.
What was it, like 4 episodes per thing or something?
Yeah, because we were going by Angel Beats logic.
Well, yeah, Angel Beats understandable because we were soul crushed, but like Gravity Falls, we could have covered 1 season.
Yeah, because there was enough plot.
Yeah.
That was bad.
We were trying to still find our footing, audience, so.
I still need to put those up on... I would have put those up on Anchor by now, and Spotify and all that jazz, but there's so many visual jokes that you would probably have to go into the old file and re-edit the thing.
Yeah, one of these days I'm going to do that, re-edit it not only because of the visual jokes, but also re-edit it because of the copyrighted music, so... Unless, we get, like, signed permission from the Offspring to use it or something like that.
I mean, some episodes have that right now, and I have not gotten an email, but we will just keep walking that fine line.
It's okay, guys. Just don't tell anyone.
And we can use film music because this is a review.
Yep.
So
fair use, motherfuckers.
Fair use, nerds. And we try not to use too much of it, unless I edit it out because Cameron decided to put the entire Mission Impossible theme in one goddamn episode.
Man.
I didn't think I was going to yell. Anyway, we should probably get
We
back
should probably
to
get to the synopsis.
enemy. So Jake Gyllenhaal plays Anthony. He is a school teacher boy. Well, he's a college teacher. And he's bored with his life as it continues to go in a cycle. And he even talks about things repeating itself. I'm sure that won't be a motif.
Even the sex becomes boring, apparently.
The wife didn't the girlfriend didn't seem to enjoy it
She
too
didn't.
much. But he has why can't I think of that word?
What word?
People you work with.
Coworkers?
Coworker. Thank you.
People you work with. A co-worker.
I couldn't think of the word. My brain just went. "Bleh." The strain still infects me.
Oh, Lord.
A coworker recommends him a movie so he goes and watches it and has a weird dream about it. He rewinds to the scene that he had a dream about and sees one of the actors looks exactly like him, like scarily exactly like him.
Mm-hmm. But Justin, what about the spider room in the opening?
It's not part of the plot.
Ah,
I mean, we did see a spider room, but we'll get to that later.
yes. Just wanted to add a little bit of foreshadowing there.
Foreshadowing to the movie we said you could watch by now.
Yeah.
But he goes and tries to find... He watches more of the movies to make sure the actor looks like him. He looks up the actor online and is like, yep, that's me. And the actor's name is... No, wait, I am wrong. The teacher's name is Am and the actor's name is Anthony.
Yeah.
Bleh, I fucked up. Because Adam Bell is the teacher and I forget Anthony's last name. But, okay. So Adam is the teacher. He goes and finds Anthony, steals some of his mail. Because they look alike.
Yeah, breaks into his office, steals some of his mail, impersonates him.
I forget the exact because he calls up Anthony. His wife picks up and is like, "Anthony, is that you?" He's like, "No, bye."
Yeah.
Then he calls Anthony one more time. Kind of freaks him out because he sounds like a stalker.
Yeah, but he figures out that he sounds just like him.
Yeah, just like him.
And that's why the wife mistook him.
And the wife also goes to Adam's work and sees that, like, "Oh, you look exactly like my husband, but I'm not going to tell you that yet." And I forget the reason why the two go and meet up. Because Anthony sets it up. It's like, let's meet at a hotel an hour outside of the city.
Well, yeah, because, like, he calls him, they get freaked out, and I think it's because, like, he's thinking about it, and, like, the wife is like, "What's going on? I think you're lying to me," or something.
Oh, yeah, because he looks in and sees that on the school's website and sees that Adam
Yes.
looks exactly like him.
And he gets curious, and then he decides, hey, I take it back, we should meet.
So they meet up, and Adam kind of pieces out very quickly because Anthony starts pointing out that they have a lot more like even a scar on their stomach.
Yep.
So that leaves Adam running, and Anthony gets worried that without anything that really sets this up other than Adam's girlfriend kind of looks like his wife, thinks Anthony slept with his wife at one point. Which Anthony, when accusing Anthony, he never says... when he accuses Adam, he never says no. Which then Anthony is like, "Okay, I'm going to wear your clothes and go sleep with your girlfriend because you fucked my wife." And during this time, Adam decides to go and see his wife anyway as Anthony tries to sleep with his girlfriend. However, both the girlfriend and the wife figure this out. The wife doesn't really care. Her name is Mary. Mary doesn't care. Mary is also pregnant. Pregnant.
Are you pregnant?
Pregnant. But she doesn't care and still does the nasty.
Yep.
Helen, on the other hand, who was the girlfriend, quickly sees...
I thought Helen was the wife, or was that the girlfriend?
No, her name was Mary.
Oh, okay, alright.
We never hear the girlfriend's name, I'm pretty sure, but it's on IMDb. It says it is Helen. Helen realizes Anthony has a spot on his ring finger where his wedding ring used to be, and realizes it is an Adam. She stops doing the nasty, because this is a podcast for all ages. Like those fucking kids.
This is a podcast for all ages. That's why every time we upload an episode, we click not for all ages.
And click explicit on every single one.
Yes.
But kind of pouty, Anthony drives Helen home, but she wants to get out of the car. He gets mad at her and tries to literally push her out while they're driving 40 miles an hour at least, but loses control of the car and crashes it with both of them dying.
Yep.
And then Adam starts taking over Anthony's life. He kind of says his good mornings to Mary. She goes to the back room. He goes to the back room. She's a giant spider. And movie ends.
Oh, yeah. And then he finds the little key thing that they showed at the beginning.
So, oh, yeah. And he finds a key to a yellow room.
Where women masturbate and spiders are there.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
So, yeah.
It's a simple plot, but it's one of those movies that's more of an experience, man.
It's more about, like, the atmosphere and, like, just being a thing. Yeah.
I'm just going to call the director Denis V.
Okay.
Because
what's up, V?
Because I have a feeling I'm saying it wrong. Or we're saying it wrong. But we talked about this in The Killers, where I haven't enjoyed his movies yet. Well, at the time, and that was recorded so long ago of a week. Mm-hmm. Or, no, sorry, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Sicario and Blade Runner 2049. Both movies I was meh on. Mm-hmm. Sicario for different reasons than 2049. But then I saw Arrival. Arrival is badass, and I highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Even though it is literally just about learning an alien language. That's it.
Yep.
And it's somehow a super interesting movie.
Somehow more interesting than, the war on drugs or a futuristic cop. In a neo-noir city, which, I personally still love Blade Runner 2049, but that's because I'm a huge fan of the original and just love how it expanded upon it. But I can definitely see it's not for everyone. It's a very niche film.
Yeah.
So if you're already a huge Blade Runner fan, you'll love it. If you're, like, brand new to it, you might not.
Enemy, I'm okay with. I'll give it it was a solid movie. It reminds me of The Lighthouse in the sense of it feels very, like you said, very atmospheric, and it's more about the experience of it rather than the story.
Yeah.
Where to go now?
Shit. Hold on. This movie gets very weird. It's very trippy.
At times, yeah.
Like, right from the opening scene, you're just wondering, what the fuck is going on here?
It's the best David Lynch film not made by David Lynch.
It really is. It felt very heavily inspired by David Lynch. Just because of the trippy shit and just down to some of the weird dialogue they put in the movie.
Yeah, it has that... Even though I've seen one David Lynch movie and one episode of Twin Peaks, it has that weird feeling of... Okay, that is technically a sentence.
Yes.
But your inflection seems so off.
Yeah, something just is... You can tell it's off with, like, how the characters are speaking and their mannerisms. Like, the best way to do it is just... It feels, like, kind of Twin Peaksy at times.
Yeah, the first, 15 minutes of the movie, I want to say, we both kind of agreed that something feels wrong.
Yeah.
But we don't know what.
Like, you can see that it looks like a normal-looking city. And, they're in apartments, but everything's kind of, very darkly and stylistically lit. And it's just something, the way it's edited and the way it flows. And I think the music, too, just something feels off about it.
That soundtrack is actually kind of awesome.
It is.
I don't know how to describe it, but it just brings in with the fact that everything is, tinted yellow and the weird soundtrack. It's not synth. It's not... I don't know what they're using.
Electronic sounds of some sort.
Can I say, tribal? Is that fair?
It does kind of seem very tribal, does it? A little bit at times.
Yeah, the way the instruments... It doesn't sound like conventional instruments.
No.
And it just builds this weird atmosphere that makes everything uncomfortable and wrong.
Yes. Even just a conversation between him and a coworker, it just feels uncomfortable.
And then you get to the yellow room.
Yeah, this movie starts out with a really fucking trippy scene where you go into like a yellow room and like the camera's being all weird, but like starts out just people are sitting around watching a woman finger herself.
Not like they're excited or anything. It's a bunch of like old dudes just staring.
Yeah, they're not like excited, they're not clearly being pervy. It's just they're just watching this,
And it's in dead silence.
yeah, and then someone brings in like a fancy dinner plate or whatever with the cover on it, like one of the things that'd be like, oh, bon appetit. They put it on the table, lift it up, and there's just a spider crawls out of it, and then a woman crushes the spider with her heel, and then
we cut to
whatever the hell else is going on here now.
We cut to Adam doing stuff.
Yeah.
Well, going through his daily cycle.
Yep.
That he repeats twice.
Yes.
And the other time we're in the hallway to the yellow room, and we see a woman walking upside down with a spider head.
And that's weird.
And then we pan with her, and then we see either Adam or Anthony.
And they're just sitting normally.
And they're standing normally with the camera.
Yeah, because you think it's like, oh, it's a stylistic choice, the camera's going to turn or something. But no, it pans over, and he's just standing there. And he wakes up, and you realize that was a nightmare.
That was a weird one.
That was a really cool moment.
And this yellow room does exist.
Because there's a scene where, like, is Adam the teacher, or who's the teacher?
Adam's the teacher, yes.
Yeah, where Adam, like, because the other guy goes to
fuck his girlfriend.
Fuck his girlfriend. He goes to fuck his wife or something, I guess.
Well, he was just going to his house because...
Yeah, what?
He was just going to his house because there's nothing better to do.
He just go to his house, and then they go up the elevator, and the bellboy comes on, and he's like, man, I wish I could go back there, or something like, but they changed the key, and they, like, left him out or something, so the room physically exists.
Yeah.
You just don't know why or what purpose it serves. It is a very David Lynchy type thing. Because, there's the whole Red Room in David Lynch. What the fuck it is, but it's there.
Or the lock and key in Mulholland Drive.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Like, it's built up, but you never actually know what it is. But yeah, it exists, but it's just, I don't know, man.
And even we see the key be used to open the door at the beginning of the movie, and it's the same key that Adam gets at the end of the movie.
Yep, and then that's when you realize, hey, it's on a loop. Because, like, the movie opens when you hear a voicemail from his mother, and then she says at the end a line, she's like, oh yeah, your mother called and left a voicemail, you should probably call her back.
Well, okay, technically it's Anthony's mother, because Adam's mother is dead.
Yes.
This isn't important to the plot, they just bring it up.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be interesting, because, they look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And, and the weird thing about it that I picked up on is they're both very evasive about their love life when questioned by another person. Because when he says, have you been fucking my wife? He never says no.
Well, you find out he did.
Yeah. I'm saying, he never says no. But they're just like, oh yeah, well maybe. Look, man, you're crazy. And then when like the wife asks the actor about
who was on the phone, she says something like, "Have you been seeing her again?" or something like that. And he's like, "No, just stop." Or he never says no, but he's like, "No, just stop talking," or something. Like, what if every time they showed a sex scene, it was actually the other person fucking them? But that doesn't make sense for her noticing the ring.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that makes me curious there is, does Mary know about the time loop then? If it is a time loop, there's multiple ways to to get into this movie, but we're going to stick to the time loop thing, and then we'll go to the other ones near the end.
Okay, go on.
Because then it's like, have you been fucking Helen again? Because that means we're going to do this whole fucking thing again.
Well, or either that, or like when they switch places, like time itself maybe starts like melding them together.
Yeah.
Because like she notices the ring, and then after they have an argument and they're in the car, she's like, "I can't do this anymore." What do you mean you can't do this anymore? And blah blah blah. Like maybe what if like.
Oh yeah, she does say that.
She does say that, like, I'm sick of this or something like that. So if that's and then when like after he goes to bed with the person's wife, she says something like, "So how'd it go at the school?"
Well, because she knew that it wasn't Anthony.
Yeah.
But she didn't care.
That's
also
that was
the main
thing. Yeah, that was the thing. She didn't care. So, like, what if, like, their lives are they're just starting to switch places and everything around it is starting to switch with them?
It could be.
Like, this is a film where there are multiple different interpretations. So this film does not like to explain things. You have to notice it. Like, you have to pay attention and pick up on the hints that it's trying to tell you.
Also, if you're wondering how we know that Adam slept with Mary, it's because in the beginning when he's looking into Anthony, he pulls out half a picture and to compare himself to the actor. And then you see the full picture inside Adam's...
Yep.
Not Adam's, Anthony's apartment. Mm-hmm. And it was him and Mary all along.
Yep.
I'm trying to think of anything else to... Well, there are a few other things to bring up before getting into the other ideas about the movie. Like, the effects were surprisingly good.
They really were. Like, all of the weird, trippy effects or whatever, so...
Yeah, and also having, Jake Gyllenhaal as two people on screen able to interact with each other, it looked good.
It did. And there's a really easy way to do that. Just have the camera in one place, shoot them both in the scene, and then just composite it together and crop it. Yeah.
But they're able to grab each other. That's the thing.
Well, that's easily done, too. Because when they put their hands out, they never touch their hands.
No, the scene where he says, "Did you fuck my wife?" He grabs him by the shoulders.
But then you could just have another actor in place there.
Well, yeah, I know.
And...
But it still looked good, like even if it's just a composite of Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, no, I'm saying it's another person that they probably had a beard and they just framed him in the shot. You didn't actually see the face, yeah?
No, you still saw it because it's a full jump forward grab.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I didn't notice that, but yeah, either way, the effects were fantastically done.
Also, this is a weird one to focus on, but Mary is pregnant and her belly looks good.
Like, like she appears naked in a lot of scenes, just her and her pregnant belly. But yeah, the whatever effect they use, like whatever mold they used of a belly, they mixed it with her really well.
Yeah, so, or if it was CG, it looked like her actual skin.
Yeah, either way, great job to the special effects department.
Unless they just got an actress who was actually pregnant.
Yeah, wouldn't that be interesting?
I mean, it's not exactly a hard role, I guess.
An interesting side note is that in the X-Files season 2, Gillian Anderson actually became pregnant with one of her sons or daughters or whatever, and they wrote it in the script to have her out of the season mostly.
Okay.
She gets abducted by aliens. I know, big surprise in the X-Files.
In the spoilers.
Yeah, but no, they did that to work around her pregnancy. So
that's some weird thing with X-Files 8. From the little I watched, anytime it got to an alien episode, I was like, oh, I'm bored.
I know. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but...
At some point, when we get to even longer series.
Yeah, one of these days. So, I don't know. I like the alien stuff, but it just... If you don't... If it's not your thing, then yeah, you're not going to enjoy it.
I think I'm... When it comes to smart aliens, I feel the same way when it comes to ghosts. It's like, oh, I'm just kind of bored by this.
Yeah.
I like weird, freaky aliens, like The Thing and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, and another... I know it's getting completely off topic, but like another thing is they were smart enough to only have like a third of the episodes be on the aliens. The rest of it was Monster of the Week.
Yeah.
Unquote. They were smart to do that because all the freaky stuff was awesome. But let's get back on topic here.
About enemy. Also, yeah, the trippy stuff like the woman with the spider head or...
Just the spider in the city, the long shot of like the giant-ass spider.
The giant spider for...
Looked like a fucking tripod from War of the Worlds.
A Canadian War of the Worlds.
Yes.
I think the fakest effect is when Mary turns into a giant tarantula.
Yeah, it was clearly CG.
But it's only on screen for like 2 seconds.
They were smart enough not to linger on it.
Yeah.
And he just kind of sighs. He's just like,
It's like, fuck, the wife's a spider again. Does that mean she's going to have more kids?
Oh god, are they all going to come out sex? Jesus Christ!
Also, I like the yellow lighting.
It looked really cool, yeah. It almost had this like Deus Ex look to it, the one game which had the yellow.
Third Deus Ex.
Yeah, it almost had that kind of look to it, except just like it was just very like almost gold in a way. So.
Yeah, well, it did for the one hallway for the gold. Well, that's why we call it the gold room, because it looks gold.
But the rest of it is just like a lighter shade of yellow throughout most of the movie.
Yeah, until the very end when things seem to be looking brighter.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
What?
Okay, the only thing that looked like the end of the movie was the fake movie. Or the movie within the movie.
Could be more symbolism there.
More pointing to that none of this is real.
Yep.
Or, well, it's metaphorical.
And we still don't know if the mirror thing was a mistake or not.
Yes, okay, so should we get... Is there anything else on the movies before we get to other theories?
Not really. It's just I really like the cinematography, the fucking sound and everything, yeah. I will say this, I know we talked about lighting, but yeah, cinematography is fucking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, fucking Dennis V, whoever he hires for cinematography,
Yes.
is
Like,
fucking great at their job.
even if you don't like the movie, one thing that's consistent about Dennis V is that he has just strikingly gorgeous cinematography. That's why I loved 2049. It was one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. It's so pretty.
But the other theories.
Yes, let's get to the other theories.
One of the main theories that you found in an interview with Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yep.
Is that there are not two people. It is only one person fighting with himself over cheating.
Yeah, over having an affair, and so he's projecting and trying to come to terms with himself, basically.
And the only way, I guess, to do that is to kill his other self and the girl, the cheaty.
And the person he's cheating on his life with.
Yeah, the affairee, I guess.
The affairee.
I don't know, what do you want me to call him?
I don't know.
Helen.
Yeah, Helen.
Kill Helen.
Sure.
And the only thing that... Well, okay, hold on. Let me get my words straight.
Sure.
Because I can see that theory, and the one thing that I noticed before we looked a little bit up was when they first meet in the hotel, there's like... I don't know, it's probably a fire escape thing, like the plan or whatever, and it's laminated. So you can see a reflection of the room. Adam was standing right in front of the window, so he would have been silhouetted, but you see nothing there. And the only reason I would say that was on purpose is because it's a panning shot to bring Anthony to Adam, so he was in the room during the same shot.
Also, I just realized the fan's on behind us. So.
Do you hear it?
Slightly, yeah.
You could turn it off, I guess.
I could. It's been throughout the whole episode, so...
I mean, you could still turn it off.
Do you want me to turn it off, Justin?
They're now going to notice. They're
right.
going to try to actively listen for it.
Yeah. Keep going. Just keep going.
I don't know where to go. Shit. Because that's the only way I noticed it. Rewatching the film, you could probably see more moments. I mean, they're never in the same room with one of the girlfriends. That's also the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah.
And also all those weird lines where it's like, I can't do this anymore. What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Exactly. It's a very thought-provoking film, and it's one that you can definitely just draw theories from.
Yeah, this seems like a fun one to dig into. There's one saying that the spiders symbolize women, or the way the character views women. Mm-hmm. And also there's a lot of spider web imagery throughout, like well, I mean, there's the obvious ones of like when the car crashes, the windows are broken to look kind of like
spider web, yeah.
The other one I can think of is when he's on the trolley. The wires above are like an intersecting spider's web.
Yeah.
Intersecting.
Yeah.
No one can see
That's a good hand motion. I like that.
Yeah, look at this, audience.
You enjoying that? Good.
I forget what the other theory was. There was one more, and I can't think of it right now.
God, now that I'm thinking of the fan, I feel really bad about that. Man.
It's fine. It probably wasn't too loud.
No, probably not.
But this does feel like sort of a movie just to dive into and look more and more... Again, it's very Lynchian that way.
It is. It's very artsy, and it's very... It's one of those things... It's a movie that just refuses to explain itself. It's just, this is happening, draw your own conclusions from it.
What was the one hotel sign where it was like oddly split?
Was it the hotel?
There was a sign in the...
I forget what it said. I know what you meant, but it was like a word that was split that really shouldn't have been split.
Yeah, because there had to be... It's one of those things where it's like, okay, was that intentional? Was that an
well, it had to have been intentional. There's no way this hotel accidentally did that. Yeah.
There's just weird things in the background where it's like, okay, what? Or the blueberries. Why were the blueberries so important?
I have no yeah, because there's a scene where like he's talking to the wife and like he comes back from like a run or something, he's working out, or like it's like, man, it's so hot outside. He's like, and he opens the fridge. He's like, where are the organic blueberries? I can't not the regular blueberries. No, I need the organic blueberries. I told you about this. And she just goes on about it
for like 2 minutes.
Well, she's just like sitting there, just like.
She's still thinking over.
And then like there's a thing later in the film where he's talking to his mom and he's like, Mom, you know I don't like blueberries. Remember that?
Yeah, I know.
And then like he goes there and he opens the fridge and it focuses on the fucking blueberries. What does that mean?
I guess it is a contrast to yellow, technically.
Blue? Technically,
well,
yeah.
due to
how color works, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was trying to think of the word, but I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's a primary color, so they connect that way.
Yes.
But there's no red in the film.
There isn't. It's
well, except the opening shot is kind of orange.
Yeah. It just has a very distinct look to it.
Actually, it looks like part of Blade Runner, because I don't remember when in the movie, but I remember at some point Ryan Gosling, I almost said Reynolds.
Good job.
Is in very intense yellow.
Yes. Well, there is that room as well in 2049 where like they're like, it's that, remember that room where like the light kept going through? It was just that yellow.
Oh yeah,
room?
yeah.
Yeah. What?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of where to go.
I don't think there's really anything else, man. Is there?
Yeah, I mean, the acting is great.
Oh yeah, the performances are fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal does a fantastic job.
Why do you always add the TH?
I don't know. Gyllenhaal.
The actresses who play... Well, the actress who plays Mary. Not to discredit Helen, she just doesn't say anything. Yeah. She has 3 lines throughout the movie, so I guess she does a great job.
Yeah. And the one scene with his mom is the woman from Twin Peaks, Isabella Rossellini.
Which I have to feel that's slightly intentional.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Actually, let me look something up here.
Actually... No, okay.
No, it wasn't, because I know the room...
Sorry if you hear the clicks of my mouse.
A little bit. But I noticed the room number of the hotel room was like 221 or 222 or something like that. And I was like, wait a minute, was that like a room number from Silent Hill or something? And I was like, no, it was 20 something. 204, 203.
There was probably a reason it was 221.
Yeah, or 223 or whatever.
It was 221.
It was 221?
Yeah.
Probably a reason, just we don't know. But
we'd have to watch it if you... I mean, I'm sure someone is like, oh, that's so obviously a symbol because it's a double-double. Well...
Double-double?
There's 2 of the same number, and then there's 1 inconsistency, I guess.
And it's 2 is because double.
Yeah. Well, it was based on a book called The Double.
Yeah.
Very much more based than direct adaptation I've read, so in case...
Yeah. Because that quote at the beginning about chaos, that's from the book.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
What was the quote again? It's like...
It's like something about like chaos is actually organized or something like that.
Yes, probably.
Some shit like that. This is definitely...
Chaos is order yet undeciphered.
Undeciphered.
I almost said disciplined.
Yeah, chaos is order yet undeciphered, meaning that even though something seems to be in chaos, there's probably some actual meaning or something actually going on here you can figure out. But this is definitely not a movie for everybody, I will say.
Oh, yeah. I think Dennis V makes consistently those movies.
Yes. Yeah, his most mainstream film is probably Sicario, honestly.
Or Arrival. I think a lot of people can get in. Arrival is probably a level of artsy that most people can get into.
Yes. Yeah, this is definitely way more just straight art house movie.
Also, one thing that goes for the circular theory is... Oh, it fucks it up here. Because on the quote list, it's saying Anthony says this, even though it's Adam because he's the teacher.
What if it's wrong on purpose? See, it's just organized chaos, Justin.
Stop it. But Adam is teaching a history class and talks about how dictatorships are a never-ending cycle.
Yep, that makes sense.
And he does this 2 times over.
Well, yeah, because he actually, too, draws the circle with all the names coming out of it.
Yeah,
so.
But it also just goes chaos at one point.
Yeah, overall,
because it's in order, but
there you go. See,
fuck you.
Yeah, this is definitely not a movie for everyone. It's a slower movie for sure too. It's not a fast moving film.
I'm debating if I'm going to use the actual title card of the movie or if I'm going to throw in the poster, because I really like the look of that poster.
Poster's really cool too, but either way works, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought this was a really good movie. Definitely give it. What?
It's on Netflix right now.
Yeah.
It should still be on Netflix when this episode comes out. So
definitely, I think I'd give it maybe a 6.5 out of 10 or something like that.
yeah, I'd give it a 6.5.
Yeah. It wasn't quite a 7, but it was definitely not as low as a 6. I felt 6.5.
Yeah, there's still like my problem with Dennis V films a lot of time. Oh, I say a lot of time out of 4 movies, but like mainly with Sicario, it always has this heavy atmosphere at the beginning, but then it either continues to interest me after the midway point or it completely loses me. And a lot of the time it loses me.
Because Sicario, I can understand. I personally still really loved Sicario, but I can definitely see after that car chase, after like it slowly kind of drips off.
Yeah, there's like such a high that it's like, okay, so what are we doing next? And then it goes back to the kind of melodrama-ish.
Yep. And the thing about Blade Runner 2049 is that it had a very strong first third and a very strong last third, but the middle really dragged.
And for a nearly 3-hour movie, that middle part is long.
Yeah, but like once it gets to the finale and all that, it's really fucking good, and the intro is really fucking good and brings up some great ideas. It's just, I said this in the Blade Runner episode, I just noticed in the middle half how like the scenes between him and his like the virtual girlfriend, I was like, wow, this is a lot longer than I remember it being. Jesus Christ.
But with Enemy, it kind of lost me because the character mode, unless you're going by time loop theory or for a first time viewing, character motivations don't make sense.
No, they don't. And I get that, like, it's all like the movie's probably, you know, about the themes of fatalism, and they're just kind of doomed to repeat this over and over again.
Yeah.
But like their motivations just like the thing with him, like, are you fucking my wife, just kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he also has a blonde girlfriend.
Yeah, so
are you fucking my wife?
Yeah, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. It's really odd. So
yeah, that's kind of the so basically the movie lost me near the middle, but it kind of gained me near the end when I realized what was going on.
Yeah, and it helps that it's not 3 fucking hours. It's normal movie length.
Yeah, it's like 90 minutes.
Yeah, so.
What?
You don't go to the movies, do you?
But without further ado,
yes,
I think
we're good. I think we talked about the movie now. We were just saying, yeah, it's a slower movie, but we still, if you're in the mood for an more artsy film, I definitely recommend it. It's really good. So
if you want something that's really rewatchable, yeah,
absolutely, because there's more hints you can look for and more things to draw from it. So,
but that's gonna mean it's time. Well, I need to start recording first. It's gonna be time to spin the wheel of movies.
The one that we use to decide which movie we review.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the whole point of the show. We're like 60 episodes in. I hope they know
67?
This.
No,
yeah,
almost 70 in.
Yeah. So I hope they know the concept of the goddamn show by now.
No, they do. I was just being posh.
Okay, and spin. Ooh.
What we get?
Jacob's Ladder.
Ooh, yes, I'm excited for that.
I know nothing about it. I have the Blu-ray though.
This is gonna be a fun one. Yes, Jacob's Ladder. Sorry, I got so excited I just fucked up my words. Jacob's Ladder, the movie that heavily inspired Silent Hill, and you'll see why.
Oh no.
Oh yes, it's that kind of psychological creepiness.
We should probably watch it soon because it's the 4th of July and then fireworks are gonna be going off.
That's true. We probably will. So.
But yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned for that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. This is gonna be cool. All right.
Or it won't.
It's gonna be scary.
Spooky.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Cinema Roulette. And wow, I feel really good about that episode. I felt really bad about the strain because we were so mad and incoherent.
Yeah, but that's kind of what some people listen for.
Yeah, so that's what it does to us, ladies and gentlemen. This is... Oh, yes. All right.
End the episode.